Hi, Michelle. Hi, Michelle's son. I'm sorry. I know I should know your name. Your mom has mentioned it, but I forgot. So you have this question. You're dealing with a piecewise function. So if you're just forgetting what a piecewise function was, essentially it's a function that's broken up to multiple parts. For anything less than 12, you plug into this one. For anything 12 or larger, you plug into this one, okay? And they want you to find the average rate of change. You probably haven't done this since Algebra 1, so it's probably been a bit. But it's really important if you're going to take, pre-algebra, college algebra, pre-calc, anything like that. This is going to be an important fact. So all you really have to do is they want to know what's your rate of change between these two numbers, okay? So essentially, we have these two functions. We're going to plug in at 8. We're going to plug in at 16. They're going to give us some answers when we plug them in. And all we need to do is find the slope of this. Okay? So the fancy way of writing it is it would be something like this. G of 8 minus G of 16 over 8 minus 16. In other words, evaluate the function and subtract the numbers you put in. That's really, if you don't remember, that's change in y over change in x. That's rise over run. It's just a newer, fancier way of writing it. So pretty straightforward. What might have thrown you off is this piecewise function, that it's going over these two different parts here. But essentially all we got to do is plug in this lower boundary here, this 8, plug in this 16, and find the rate of change. Okay, so let's go back to the pen. So 8 is going to get plugged in first, but 8 is getting plugged into this one, right? Because this one is anything where x is less than 12, 8 is less than 12. So we're going to say g of 8 is equal to 2 times 8 plus 6. And this other one, 16, is going to get plugged into this one because this is greater than 12 and 16 is greater than or equal to 12. So let's say g of 16 is equal to negative 3/4 times 16 plus 8. Okay, so let's do this one. 2 times 8 is 16. 16 plus 6 is going to be 22. So g of 8 is equal to 22. For this one, 3/4 of 16 is going to be 12, but it's negative, so negative 12 plus 8. So when I plug in 16, negative 12 plus 8 is going to be negative 4. Okay? So what are we going to do to find the rate of change? We're going to say g of 8 minus g of 16, okay, over 8 minus 16, okay? In other words, you're changing your y values, which are now your g of x values, over your change in x values, which they gave you here, okay? So g of 8 we know is 22. G of 16 is negative 4, so minus negative 4, watch your double negative there, over 8 minus 16. 22 minus negative 4 is going to be, sorry, it's late at night, 26, right? 26 over 8 minus 16, which is negative 8, and you should probably reduce that to negative 13 over 4. So it's your average rate of change. You went down 13 and over 4 between these two functions, okay? That's how you do them. Sorry about that. Change in y, right? But we don't call it y anymore. We call it g of x, right? So change in here over change of here. You can do them either way. Just make sure that they stack up. 16's here and 8's here. If you switch them around the other way, you just would have gotten the negative on the top instead of on the bottom, okay? So plug in your numbers to the right part of the function, evaluate them, see what the change was, and that's your answer, okay? I'll be up for a little bit more. If you have any more questions, send them over.